Hi guys, it's Darlene from Couture. I'm gonna do this project with a wood cutout of the United States. I'm gonna make a flag type sign. I made the flag the other day with this and I thought that would be really cute on just the map. This is basically the cutout of the United States and I painted it. It's a piece of wood. It's 1/4 inch Baltic birch plywood. Cut it out with my laser and I'll drill some holes up here, or I can just I could put a sawtooth hanger in the back. That would be fine too. I've base coated it with our white acrylic craft paint. You can get this at Michael's. It can be any brand. Michael's, Hobby Lobby, Walmart, any place like that, any local craft store. And then I have waxed this surface with, I like Howard Premium Paste Wax. It doesn't have a strong smell to it. It smells kind of citrusy. I just rubbed it on with my cloth. Any type of a little shop rag will work. And then wiped off the excess. You just want a little thin layer so that the paint does not adhere to your transfer. We do not want to damage our transfers. So I have the flag here. I'm not going to be able to use the stripes. They're not long enough. If I had made this a little bit smaller, that would have worked. We're going to use blue painter's tape. We're going to just see how this works. Hopefully this project will turn out. We'll see. And then I'm going to put Let Freedom Ring over the top of it. So we're going to go ahead and get started. These are silkscreen transfers. They're similar to a stencil, but they have a fabric in them. The fabric is the silkscreen, just as if you were silkscreening a t-shirt. That is kind of how it is. I want this to be up in the corner. I want this to have the whole square corner in blue and have my stars, but I want it to be even. Probably gonna have to almost have one of the stars off the edge. I wonder if I can slide it over and do that after. Okay. I think we'll just go like that. Maybe a little more. Trying to get this so that I can get all my stars. One of the stars is just going to be off the edge. That's okay. That's fine. I'm not going to worry about that because we want our lines for our stripes to go straight across, which is going to be interesting. It's going to be a process. So good thing I have time to do this. So I have my scissors to cut my blue painter's tape if I need to do that. This is our Liberty Blue. This is our chalk paste. You want it to be let me see if I can talk this morning. You want it to be the consistency of sour cream or yogurt. So I'm going to spread some of this on here. This little square is going to be blue. The stars are not going to show. The stars are the vinyl fabric or vinyl materials. So the stars are going to be white when we peel this off. They will have protected the area and the stars will be white. The background will be the Liberty Blue. Just want to spread it through your transfer. You want to work quickly enough that it doesn't dry on the transfer. And then we're going to scrape the excess and put it back into our jar. Can you guys hear my dog snoring? I can hear her. She's pretty loud. That is my English bulldog, Molly. She snores. Oh my goodness. My Shih Tzus snore too, but she is the worst. So I'm trying to make sure that I get all of this off and smoothed out. Then I'm going to pull my transfer. I'm going to reuse this because we're going to do the words and well, I could use a different one. Okay, so I'm going to pull this. Yay, that is how I wanted that to be. So I'm going to put this into my water bath over here. I will wash that as soon as we're done. I will wash that. So I want to dry this right now. I'm gonna go ahead and dry it. You don't want to get your transfers hot, so you wouldn't want to put this really close to them. You can see this changing color. Okay, I'm going to turn it just to air now. Pull this back down. All right, so here's going to be the tricky part. Maybe this is why I'm not doing this live. Because what if it doesn't turn out? Oh, it will turn out. Don't worry. Don't stress, because if we had to, we could redo this. We could wash the transfer and I could go back and I could redo it. I'm trying to get a straight line right at the bottom of that and go straight across, because I'm going to start my first, and I'm missing it just a little bit. I need to go up just a touch. Okay, right there. So I'm going to have to do each of my stripes by themselves. If I had thinner blue painter's tape, then that would be great. That would work, but I don't. So I am just going to do each of my stripes, and we're just going to move up. And if they're not the same, that's okay, because this is our little creation and we're going to do the best that we can do. All right. Now I want to put one this way because I want to stop right there. I don't want it to be, I'm gonna fuzz this tape so that it doesn't pull up my blue right there. That is funny. Okay. So I'm gonna do my first row of red, and we're going to have to dry this in between. That's just what we're gonna do. Getting another mini squeegee, because the mini squeegee is gonna work the best. Now with a silkscreen, this would look a lot smoother, but I can't, like I showed you, I can't use my my transfers because they're not long enough. Next time I'll make sure that I make my shape the right size. Didn't even think about that part, but then maybe it wouldn't fit the words. So it's kind of a fine line that you ride, because you want it to fit the words, but you know, you don't want it to be too big, you don't want it to be too small. And this is going to show you what you can do. This would be like if you were using a stencil. This is the type of texture that you would end up with. I'm not going to worry about it too much here. I want it all to be the same. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to pull this. If it's out, you know how tape bleeds sometimes. We're going to use a lot of this. I have tons of blue painter's tape. We use it every day. I have rolls and rolls and rolls. So we're just going to see how this works. This is an experiment. I'm going to dry this. I wanted to get my first stripe right there. Okay, I'm going to feel it and make sure that it's cool again. All right, this will be interesting because we're going to be taping over this and it's probably going to pull some of it up, but that's okay. I'm not going to worry about that. I am going to fuzz my tape, which is crazy. That's a crazy thing to do, isn't it? Who has ever fuzzed their blue painter's tape? But I don't want to pull it up completely. I'm okay if it pulls it up and it looks kind of like that. That would be fine. So I need to allow for my white stripe. So my white stripe is going to be about like that. So I'll just go up, okay, going from there and then going up. I can see through it. I can see through this down to the red. And then I'm going to do my next one, which will be interesting because these, there's where you have a little opening where Michigan, Minnesota, and all of those are. I think this is Michigan, the Michigan mitten. I think that's where that is. Now this is smaller than the other one, and I'm okay with that. I am not going to worry if they are not the same. If they're different, that's okay. This is a craft project. This is not, I'm not being graded on this. I'm not being critiqued except for by you guys, and that's okay because we're just doing this fun project. I'm hoping it will turn out. I love to put my vision into works. I saw something similar, but they used a whole stencil. They used a whole transfer to do the entire United States. It's one of the older transfers that's out there. And I thought, well, I can just cut that out and we'll try it that way. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pull this. All right, awesome. So that's a little bit smaller, and that's okay. So maybe I'll just have them all be a little bit different, and that will be on purpose. I'm gonna dry it really quick. I'm gonna return it to room temperature. You don't want to put your transfer down on a hot surface. Okay. So let me feel it, make sure that it's dry enough. So this is a process. You just are going to do it the one step at a time. Now, I don't need any up here. I'll make that be a thicker stripe. I'm going to put some over here, just a small amount. And you notice I didn't fuzz this. I'm getting more comfortable with it. And I'm not pressing this down into the red area. I am only going on the white, so this is not pressed down. Okay. So I may have to do another little one up here because that would be too much white. I can do just a tiny bit of red. Maybe I can do that right now. If I cut this piece, and we can do, maybe I just need to cut this like that. So we can do this all at once. If I had narrow painter's tape, I could just lay it all down and that would be easy like that. Maybe a little bit whiter. Okay, so this is going to be red up here. This will be all red. Okay, it's turning out so far. So far, so good. What do you think? It's crazy. I have so many ideas. I just don't have enough time. My life is a little bit busy. I have a full-time job with my bookkeeping business. Then we have a couple of side businesses. We have our Etsy store. My two daughter-in-laws pretty much do that. I run one of the lasers while I'm doing invoicing and payroll and contracts. I am running a laser at the same time. I just get all my programming done, get it all ready, and I want to put a little bit of that back. Trying to get this so it's going to be even. It's a little bit hard on these areas that have openings. So I'm just kind of working that in there. Not going to stress if it goes over the edge. I can take a small little tool, and because this is water soluble and it's I can get that off if I need to. So I'm not going to stress over that. I might even do a little bit of antiquing with this afterwards. Okay, am I happy with that? Have I covered everything? I feel like that's, you know, as good as that's gonna get. I'm gonna go ahead and pull my tape. I am getting it on myself. I always have paper towels because I'm messy. Gonna pull this. All right, so far our stripes are working out okay. They're not too messed up. All right. So I'm gonna start working downwards. What I need to do, I don't need to dry that because I'm not gonna work up in that area. So I'm gonna go ahead and move right here. And I need to do, let me move this over. Need to allow enough room. It's hard to see. Okay, that's too much. And then I'm gonna go up. I can see through this. I'm gonna press it down. I don't know if that's even though. So trying to get this even. Okay, right there. Okay. And then my next one. Okay, these should be fairly easy. I should just be able to do the rest really easily. This one just straight across. I'm gonna put out enough chalk paste so hopefully I can just go all the way, excuse me, froggies this morning. Go all the way across. Trying to get it so it's the same consistency, so it's not thicker on some of the stripes or thinner. You know, I'm not gonna stress over that. That's the one thing I try to teach people is that, you know what, every project is different. Handmade is unique because we want it to be different. We want it to be all just a slightly different, because what if everything was the same? That would be a little bit boring. I have people that come into my craft booth and they just pick an ornament off the shelf and they're ready to get it personalized. I have others that sit there and look at the faces, they look at the eyes, they analyze which one is best, and it takes them 20 minutes to figure out, okay, this is the one that I want, and that's fine. We are all different. Some of us are very particular about things, and some of us are just like, give me whatever, just hand me a gingerbread. Okay, all right, this is working out good. So the transfer didn't work for me, but my idea worked. So I'm going to dry this. Okay, now I'm going to feel it, make sure it's not hot. I don't want this to be gummy on here and leave a residue, so that is why I'm doing that. Okay, I'm gonna try to get, I might make this one a bigger stripe just because I think that would be cute to have it just kind of be varied. So I'm only pressing down on here. I'm not pressing up where the red is. I am actually afraid that it'll start peeling some of it up. And when I do this on here, it could peel some of it up, but that's okay. We're not gonna worry about that. We're just gonna do our project. And look at me. Oh my goodness. Can't take me anywhere. Oh, heavens. I love it. All right. Maybe I can, well, no, I'll do one more. So I'll come back and I will, do we want this to be longer? If I do it a little bit longer, then the next part is just white on some of this and just barely red at the tip. Okay, so I'll save that. I'll use that. We'll do our red here, and then I'll do There'll be just a little bit of red down here. How fun is this? It's actually turning out the exact way that I wanted it to. This is what I envisioned. It's nice when those things actually work out. The vision in your head is taking place. I struggled because I will admit I didn't want to do this one live and have to try to fix it because it's white, and if I mess up on the red, it's just going to be messed up because red is not going to come off of the white. Even though I waxed it, it's just not. Okay, I'm trying to get some good, smooth, even strokes here to kind of even that out. And I could have purposely done them different. That would have been fine too. I'm going to pull my painter's tape. All right, I'm going to dry this really quickly. And then we'll do our final stripe. So you just want to move your heat gun continually. And then I'm going to turn it to air. So you want to get it back down to room temperature. I can see that there's some that is overlapping right here, and I know that I will stick my finger in it. I'm going to take my paper towel and I'm going to wipe that off of the edge because it didn't dry fast because it's globbed up right there. Okay, so we just have our final area down here. If we want to do it so that it is even across, we need to use one piece all the way across. That way the stripe should end up being even. And I'm gonna have this little piece that I saved. It's gonna go right here. So there's not that much red. I don't need that much. I probably don't even need as much as I just got, but I'll get this little area here. Getting Florida and Texas. They are at the bottom. Okay. And some of it went off the edge. I will wipe that after I pull my transfer and dry this. Yay! Yay! You do not know how happy that makes me. It actually is working very well. I'm going to turn it to air. If you do not have a heat gun, you can use a hair dryer. If you do not have a hair dryer, you can just simply walk away and let it dry. You could let this dry in between each stripe if you did not have a hair dryer to do that. Okay. All right, so that's all for the red. Now we're going to do our words. Let me just clean this up here. Messy, messy, messy. I'll just clean up the wet stuff here. All right. Our words, let freedom ring. I'm going to do them kind of diagonal because that is how they're going to fit best on here. I really had to work with this. That is what I did when I made this. I was making this size so that this would go on here, and we're going to use our Liberty Blue. So these are brand new. I need to flip them over. I need to put an X on the back. The X is going to tell me that do not put this back on this side. All right, because one side is matte, one side is glossy. The glossy side is right there. That is the side that these go back onto afterwards. Okay, this is going on top of chalk paste, so it needs to be fuzzed 6 times. I'm going to fuzz this 6 times. I'm also going to wax this really quick too. When I wax it, I don't put any more wax onto my rag. I simply take my rag that I had waxed my project with and I wipe it with that. So this has residual wax on it from when I was doing the original wax on here. I am just wiping over my project to put a little bit of a protection there. I know that this is going to have to go close to the top, and I like to fold my corners under. You guys know that. I am so messy. My last project had black. I am totally a mess. Do I care? I work from home. Who's going to see me? The girls are going to see me. They're going to come and they're going to see me, and there is nothing new with me being messy. They know that. All right, so I don't know if I need it to have that be that much at an angle. I probably can do it a little bit less. And then I want to make sure this is going to fit. Okay, so I'm going to get all of my words on here. I had actually thought about doing glitter. Glitter would be beautiful, but I'd have to do one thing and then I'd have to dry it. I have to do the other and I'd have to dry it. And I have my glitter here. I have my beautiful glitter, and I reconsidered it. I decided, you know what? I'm not gonna do it. Not gonna put myself through that. Glitter is horrible, guys. And okay, so if you wanted to do glitter, you are going to have your glitter ready, and as soon as you pull your transfer off, you're going to pour the glitter onto the wet chalk paste. Being careful to never, ever, ever get glitter on the back of your transfer. It doesn't come off. It ruins your transfer. I think that was 6. Okay. That is another reason why I don't like it. Plus the fact that when I put glitter on something, I wear it for weeks. And my dogs wear it for weeks. I see them walk around and they have glitter on their face because it goes everywhere. Okay, I think this is going to be perfect. All right. So you always want to make sure that you have all of your transfer, all the air bubbles out. Gonna do this last one. You pull your backer sheet off. You're gonna save those because these are reusable. Oh my goodness, I am so messy. Ignore the mess. I did my mason jar earlier with the chickens, and you just can't take me anywhere. I actually got that on me when I was washing the transfer, I think. But hey, I'm having fun, and you know what? That is what life is about. If you get a little messy, that's okay. It washes. These are all water-based. They wash off, and I might have to scrub that. It's kind of down in my nail bed. And I don't have nice nails. I don't do my nails. A lot of people can go and do that. My problem is I have a lot of chemical allergies. And even just being in there to get my nails done, I start having anaphylactic reactions. So you know what, guys? I don't do it. I've had beautiful nails before. It's not worth putting my body through that. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Okay, and I don't wear makeup either. I am so allergic to it. My eyes swell shut. I will tell you that the last time I wore makeup was when I moved back to California in 2007. I had a job interview, and I thought, I will just try this. As the job interview was ending, my eyes are starting to swell and swell and swell. And by the time that I drove home, I could barely see. It was horrible. And then they never saw me in makeup again. I got the job, and they never saw me in makeup again. And the job actually did not work out. It was a nightmare, but that's beside the point. I ended up going back to work for the people that I work for in New Mexico, in Albuquerque. And I do my bookkeeping at home here, excuse me, for 2 companies in New Mexico. So I do all of that through the computer, through email, fax, and sometimes they mail me invoices. Oh my gosh, look at that. That is awesome. Yay. I love it when a vision comes together. How cool is that? And yeah, it would have been great with the glitter. I agree. But this is perfect. Oh my goodness. Loving it. Loving it, guys. I'm going to need some more Liberty Blue. I need to do some more. I need to see if I put in an order yesterday because some of the things came back in stock, and the Liberty Blue is one that I probably will need. I'll need to look in my inventory and see what I have. Cute, cute, cute. Loving it. So another thing I could do with this is I could speckle it with black and make it look really rustic. That would be really awesome. You're going to pull side to side or top to bottom. Do not ever pull diagonally. And all those little dots, those are on your transfer. That is what it looks like. It has those little dots in it. That is what the silk screen has. So don't stress over that. I did in the beginning. I was like, why are there holes? Well, because they're supposed to be. That is the style. All right. Last one. Here we go. Let me move this. And then I will wash all my transfers. You want to make sure that you wash your transfers right away. You do not want them to sit in your water bath for long periods of time. It's okay while you're finishing your project, but I do not let my stuff sit there for longer than an hour, and definitely don't let them sit overnight because you'll be sad. You'll get up in the morning and realize what you did, and there will not be any sticky on the back of your transfer. It will be gone. That has happened. So there are sprays that you can spray on the back of these if they completely lose their sticky and you just want to keep using it. You can put those repositionable sprays on it. Yay! Loving it. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I think I need to fix that right there. The eye is not perfect. Okay. So this is your opportunity. If it looks like it needs to be fixed, just lay it back down. I just didn't put enough pressure. And you know what? That right there, I wonder if I can get it to, I probably can. It's just the corner right there. Just need a little bit more blue on there. The part of the R did not go completely. Okay. There we go. Yay. Oh my gosh. I love this. I'm going to have a hard time parting with this. This might go on my wall. I'm going to do a 4th of July type wall. I think this would be perfect for it. And if you guys have questions, let me know. Just put them in the comments below. If you want to know about how you can join Chalk Couture, how you can start making these awesome projects, leave that there. It's a great company, very reasonable, inexpensive to join. $99 for your kit, and then that's US dollars. It's $129 for Canadians, and they are going to be able to get their kits next month. We don't have an exact date, but it's coming up soon. Oh my goodness, I can't wait. So, guys, I'm going to end this. Sorry for the noise. I'm going to end this. And I'm going to get on with my day. Have a wonderful Wednesday.